right, boys and girls, it is time once again for the Guys Weekend podcast. I am here back this week, Josh Tenney, along with, as always, carried the show last week with a beautiful, beautiful episode. Brandon Parks.
Oof, let me tell you, some of that stuff was rough. Like, rough. I don't know if it would have made it better had we known what we were eating. We just kind of winged it. And, that's what it was. Some of that stuff we'd try again. The strawberry waffle was pretty good. It's like they just made a waffle and soaked it in strawberry jam or like syrup. And then they just threw that shit in a package and that was that. I'm like, oh, nice. So yeah, it was interesting. Did you get your plumbing fixed?
For the most part, got a re-anchor the toilet to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, they didn't do it right the first time when they put the new toilet in and shit. I don't even think they used new wax.
Oh,
we pulled that shit up, and the fucking wax looked like it was 20 years old.
Nice. I mean, that should go hand in hand with purchasing a toilet. Is a wax ring. Like, yeah, they shouldn't let you leave the store if you went to the store to buy it.
I'm handicapped in the world of doing shit with my hands. But even I know that I should probably change the wax ring.
Wax ring
when I put
key.
A new toilet. Yeah, it's like the number one thing. Like, fuck. So yeah,
it's no bueno there. Well, at least it's it's almost on the mend. We actually had that issue with the new Dayhab. We bought a new toilet. We needed an elongated bowl because some of our individuals have issues going in the bowl. So we figured if we gave them an extra inch on the front, they could, Turns out that is not the case, and they still piss all over the floor. So that's fantastic. But we took the toilet off, or Tice took the toilet off, and he's going to replace the ring and snapped the plastic bracket that was around the pipe. So it leaked a little too. And he just kind of like mixed up some epoxy and just kind of like set it on there. And he's like, yeah, we'll figure it out.
You would be better off just having them piss in the fucking shower and then run the water to get all the piss off their feet.
Tyson's like, we should just put it in a floor drain. He goes, we'll do that. We'll hose it down every day, sprinkle a little bleach in there. We're done. Because the whole bathroom just reeks. And then the video that was sent in our risky business chat, we have that happen every day as well. That one just happened to be well placed right on the floor for a very funny little 30-second video. Never a dull moment, I suppose.
No.
So I recently watched, well, not all of it, most of it by now, Full Swing on Netflix. I'm not a golfer, but I enjoyed the show, and I'm pumped to see that they're doing a season 2. And then I just so happened to stumble upon Sportsbook. So I did a little betting in the Super Bowl, and then I'm like, oh, let's bet on the old PGA Tour. So I've got a few parlays running on here. I guess we'll find out if it actually gets me anything. Probably not.
I've heard that parlays on golf is like a fucking black hole to go down. Like it's like a boss level of betting.
Yeah. So right now I've got a $5 wager just because I know jack shit about golf. I threw $5 in to win $460. So is it going to happen? Probably not. The guy that I had picked to win on Thursday bowed out Friday because he was sick. So that really stuck it to me, I could cash out now because I'm up $2, but we'll let it ride a little bit, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot on here. The odds are always changing. Like I kind of just want to do another one. I'm going to do another one. We'll do it live right now. Another $5 to win 600. I'm not gonna win anything. I'm gonna lose $10. But wouldn't that be some shit though? Hey, I can use all the parlay money I can get because I had to get another tooth done, and then I got some exciting news, Josh. I get to be in the same boat as you. They recommended me having all 4 of my wisdom teeth being taken out.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Yeah. So that is going to have to wait until next year because our dental insurance doesn't cover. It's like me in a schmedium shirt, doesn't cover much. So gonna have to wait until next year for that because I blew through the entire YSA card and maxed out my credit card to have 2 teeth fixed. But they did put my new permanent crown on, and it's been 3.5 days, and it's still here. So far, that's the longest. The other temporary one I have, I can just now chew on this side, which is good. We'll see though. He switched up pastes for me, or glues. He's like, "Oh, this one will work." I'm like, "Yeah, it's just said about the last one, but I have faith in you." He's like, "Yeah, just come back in and we'll fix you right up." I'm like, "All right, cool." So,
when I had the infection from my wisdom teeth getting pulled.
Oh yeah,
the oral surgeon charged me another $30 for a consultation visit after.
Oh, that's fun.
You fucking pricks! I got the bill sitting on my fucking table upstairs.
No, I just throw that right in the trash. Catch me in collections, bitch.
Yeah. I will give you $1.
Yeah, that's all you're getting. I think this dentist, his wife is an oral surgeon. So if I had to guess, his recommendation for oral surgery is probably going to go through her.
He would recommend his wife for oral.
Yeah. Sweet. By the way, best music selection in the dentist office. They started playing like some country music, like some sappy country, and I'm like, ugh. And behind the receptionist's name is Marquis. And I said, hey, the one day I was in here, she was playing some fantastic music. I said, did she get banned from being the DJ? And he just kind of laughed and he's like, no. And then like 2 minutes later, she switched it. I'm like, you're great. You really are. So we listened to some sweet tunes as he drilled around in my mouth and gave me lockjaw, and that was fun. It's fun, you know. I think I recommend everybody to go to the dentist and get put into a slight amount of debt just to have your shit look a little bit nicer than it was before, you know.
Hey, low key, I got a guy at work who I guess growing up had really fucked up teeth.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 5 years, he sunk like $30,000 into getting a whole new mouth.
Holy shit! Does it look awesome?
I mean, it's very, very straight and very white.
Nice. That was us at the gay club in January. Hi-oh. Well, good for that guy, you know. So it's almost $1 million smile. Also,
he said he was the ugly duckling of the family. I said, well, who's not the ugly duckling? He said, oh, I got a sister that everybody says is pretty cute. I was like,
sure. Let's see.
You need, he lives with his mom. I was like, you guys got Sunday dinners?
I'm bringing a side. Let's go. That's great. I also made a really bad purchase, a really poor financial investment for SDHI, and it was sober, so that was wild. Oh, I did a 60-hour add-on training through the state. The state was saying, the way it was brought to us, this was probably like 4 years ago. If you do this 60-hour training, we'll give you a $1 raise, $1 more an hour. So I would take that as I'm getting $1 more an hour, right? When I'm for eligible hours that I'm working. So it doesn't count towards day ahead, but like when I work in the homes or I do a midnight or whatever, it works for that. So I get done with this training or whatever. I'm like, sweet, I put in a little overtime. I got, this is awesome. A little extra money, Take a guess. I worked, this was total for 2 weeks. I worked 112 hours. much do you think I got from my $1?
I'm assuming it wasn't $112.
It was $38.50. They hit me right in the grundle. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I suffered through this fucking training for $38.50. And that's not going to be all the time. That's just because I put in an extra overtime. I'm like, wow, this is cool. Sweet. Thank you, State of Ohio. Fucks. But I digress. I used some of that $38.50 towards a new purchase. Maggie came to the day hab to drop something off, and it got brought up that she may or may not have a gambling problem. And she's like, oh, well, I spend some money on gambling here and there. And I'm like, yeah, I know. We were all there. We seen it. I'm surprised the lights are still working. That's why I have the curtain open. Just in case, just in case it gets shut off midstream here. I'm like, so, I thought about buying something, and she's like, oh, well, what do you want? And I'm like, nah, I should probably spend it on bills, do the responsible thing. And she's like, well, we're always going to have bills. And I'm like, okay, cool. Called up Hartville Hardware, ordered or got one of the new Traeger flat tops, the Flat Rock. Got it home, put it all together. Didn't work. Yeah. I was thrilled. So the biggest problem was, like, I get it all together. Maggie comes outside and she's like, oh, you didn't see these two dents right here? And I'm like, so I looked at, they're the size of like a penny. Like, if you really look, you can see them. I'm like, I'm just going to dent it myself. Like, I'm going to get drunk and slam this lid open into something and it's going to put a dent in there, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, the dents. Okay, cool. Yeah. Should there not be any dents in there? Probably. And one of the brackets was bent. Nothing I couldn't just bend back with a pair of pliers. I get it. Shit happens. But the biggest problem was, and the whole reason I had to contact Traeger support, was I couldn't get the gas knob on. Traeger's support team didn't understand what I was saying. I said, I cannot get the male end from the flat top itself. I cannot put the knob on it with the female end. Well, we don't understand what you mean. You just put the knob on there. I'm like, I know.
Their customer support. Did they talk like this?
I don't know. It was text.
Oh,
yeah. So I had to email them some pictures, right? So I email them this picture. I'm going to send it to you right now.
I still don't know what.
They looked at me like, what do you mean? They said, we don't understand why you can't get this on there. Just take a look here. Let me send it from my phone because I can't. My laptop's being stupid. I said, hey, this is the issue. It doesn't work. Now, just by looking at that picture I sent you, you should be able to diagnose the problem as to why I cannot get the knob on there.
It is not aligned.
Yes. So I was met with an email that said, please send a picture further back. What is that going to do? It's going to be it's the same thing. It's just me standing further away. And they're like, well, here, try this. They sent me a video of some other dude putting it together. He goes, can you describe your issue that you're having in regards to how this man was putting together his flat rock? I'm like, yeah, his shit was straight and it lined up perfectly and he was able to put the fucking knob on there. No problems. Hassle free. Okay, well, can you show us the other things that are wrong with it? Absolutely. So I sent him all these pictures because there's like that whole thing right there. The whole top of it was bent and like cracked in. Now, I may or may not have tried to fix it myself after the fact.
Allegedly.
Didn't do any damage, allegedly, because, in case they ever listen to this would be proof, I guess. It was already broken. So I was just trying to see if I could fix it and make it work instead of going through the whole hassle of contacting customer support, but it did not work. So I get a hold of them. An hour goes by. I get a call from Salt Lake City, which is where their headquarters is. Wonderful lady named, don't remember, Tiffany, maybe. She goes, hey, this whole thing's pretty botched. We're sending you a new one. Give me an address. I'm like, ha, dope. So it should be here. By the time this episode airs, it will be back on the outdoor kitchen of SDHI. Hopefully,
they give you. Did you have to ship the other one back?
So they're. Yes.
Okay.
They are sending somebody to pick it up.
Okay.
I have not heard anything from this company about picking it up,
If they
and
forget, you know what? Just fucking
it's going to the cabin.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm sure at that point you could just jerry rig it together and make that thing fit in there.
yeah, Tice came over and looked at it. He's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get it to work." And I'm like, "All right." So, I'm assuming that Traeger's not going to forget about having one of their brand new products picked up and
I don't know.
returned.
I don't know.
See, this is the other thing
I've
too.
seen instances where I've had guys like through like Amazon, like people have told me that they ordered like a brand new grill, got it delivered 3 days later, they got another fucking grill.
I
No
mean, hey,
charge, no extra charge or
I,
anything like that.
I'm cool with it if they send it. We will have a sweet flat top at the cabin. Um,
I wonder what the lead time is where you can finally say I'm pretty confident they're not going to come get this.
I'm going to give it a month from the day that I called, so April 3rd, and then I'm not doing any more.
You only got
I'm not
3 more
reaching out.
weeks, buddy.
I know, I know. I'm like, all right. So then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, shit. If I get this new one and I put it together, if they come to pick it up, I hope to take the right one because I probably won't be here, and I don't know if Maggie's gonna. I'm gonna have to write a bunch of notes and like stick it to the top, like take this one, not this one, because that'd be some shit. They show up to take the one that I just got and it works, and that's still stuck with the broken one. Then they'd have to give me a new one and not take the old one away.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I've been checking my emails. They haven't reached out to me. I was shocked. They called me Friday and they were like, "Hey, we want to set up a delivery time for Monday. We're dropping off a new one." I'm like, "Oh, sweet." So it took a week to get a new one, which is pretty cool. And I didn't have to do anything other than provide pictures. I'm like, it was a very painless process. However, I'm realizing now that the patio kitchen, I don't have enough room. So good on. I know Brett's outdoor kitchen is going to be a full-blown Gordon Ramsay kitchen. That was the smartest thing he could have ever done. I cannot use the griddle. I bought a tool chest as well, like another one for like a new prep table and stuff. And with everything there, I can barely turn around 360, like without bumping into shit. Like before, where there was plenty of room for people to come in there and help, or get. Now there's none of that, which I guess is a good thing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Might have to expand the patio. STHI.
Sounds like a summer project.
Yeah, I thought about it. Then I'm like, man, we didn't really do anything this past summer. We had like 3 cookouts. Not this year. No, there are no plans on the weekends. We're gonna grill out on Saturdays. We can start doing breakfast, some breakfast crunch wraps. Oh, yeah, and roll it right on into lunch and dinner, and follow it up with desserts, maybe a little pizza at midnight. Oh, we're gonna be good to go. It's gonna be great. So, shout out to Traeger for fixing my sheet. Appreciate it. What else? Oh, are you coming down for John Wick? I already ordered the tickets.
Possibly.
But, okay. We can probably get the same row. I don't know. I did the matinee, so maybe not.
We'll see. I got free tickets. Fuck it.
Same. And I wanted to get them right away in the big theater, right in the center, before people,
Did you see the thing? I can't remember if it was IGN that released it, but do you know there is no actor that has made more money from a film franchise than Keanu Reeves has made from The Matrix?
Wow. I'm trying to think of like what other franchise would be close. I can't think of like James Bond. You can't really do that. I mean, there's only like 4 movies.
I mean, you figure
there's only 4 Matrix movies.
That was probably the first franchise where they went out and made. There was a couple games that came out with it. I'm sure he probably got made a back end deal where he got money on the back end from like sales and distribution
Oh, I'm sure.
and shit. You know what I mean? So he probably made money off of the video games. Probably. I mean, it's a bunch
John
of
Wick's
shit.
got to be close, right?
I don't know. I think he's probably making less money, but it's
It'll continue on further, I think, than the Matrix will.
Yeah, but you figure the Matrix is something that, I mean, we're what 24 years after the first one came out, and it's people still talk about it as.
That's true. It's true, man. I don't think Maggie's ever seen the Matrix either. Yeah,
we watched the Matrix last year. Me and the wife. We got the whole first trilogy.
Yeah,
the original trilogy. She enjoyed it.
Yeah, great. I want her to watch them. We ended up watching Point Break, and once she put her phone down, she realized, wow, this was a good movie. I'm like, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? However, we did watch a movie last night. Maggie is notorious for choosing C+ to B- grade movies on any streaming service, and it's usually in the horror thriller genre. Have you ever seen The Orphan?
No.
All right, so that came out probably I don't want to misquote
2016, 2017.
Because it's been a while. Yeah. She told me that her and her friend used to watch it all the time. So I don't know. Oh, 2009.
Oh, that was a while back.
So 2009, they just came out with The Orphan First Kill, which was last year, maybe year before, whatever, 2 years ago. And she's like, "Oh, I want to watch this." I'm like, okay. So I said, in order for us to watch that, I'm like, I really don't want to watch that because we already know how it's going to go. And she's like, "Oh no, it's such a good movie." Yeah. I'm like, so I put her through a soon-to-be cult classic, the great movie Tusk from 2014. If you haven't watched it,
is that the one with what's his
Justin
name?
Long.
Justin Long, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Wrote and directed it, and it's got Johnny Depp and his daughter, and it's all the same people that were in oh man. Kevin Smith did that movie with the two lead girls. It was Johnny Depp's daughter and what the fuck is that called? It wasn't Mallrats. It was Yoga Hosers. That's what it was. And it's about the two girls working in the convenience store that's in Tusk. So what a movie. What a movie to experience. It was an hour and 40 minutes long. And my God, it is something you'll never forget. No matter how hard you try. I enjoyed it better than Barbarian, which was another Justin Long Blumhouse fucking shit show. But so we got through that, and she's just like, I can't believe we watched this. I'm like, well, all right, yeah, now we can watch the Orphan movie. It's fine. Which the Orphan movie had Julia Stiles, and she was really the only well-known actress in it. So yeah, it wasn't anything great.
I started watching Bosch this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good show. Started reading the first book too. Very good book. It reads. It actually is a very good book to listen to on Audible.
Oh, all right.
They don't sponsor us, but wouldn't that be something? Man.
Wouldn't that be cool?
But yeah, because it reads almost like a movie. So
that's cool.
It's really good to hear through Audible. I'm really enjoying the book. The series is really good. The guy that they have playing Bosch, it's like really spot on to what the book is, like his mannerisms and stuff.
Yeah, it's the English dude, isn't it?
Titus Welliver.
Yes.
No, he's from Connecticut.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was in The Town. And he played what's his face on Sons of Anarchy.
He's at. Ooh,
He played the Irish dude, I
apparently
thought.
he plays Lex Luthor in Titans.
Oh, well, shit. Deadwood. Never watched Deadwood. Heard it was good. I want to get Maggie to watch Snowfall on Hulu. I think she would enjoy that. I also want to watch. Have you watched it yet? History of the World Part 2?
We're gonna watch that tonight, actually.
All right, because I want to watch it, and she's just like, "Oh no, we're not watching that." I'm like, "What? What? Like, what's wrong with you?" She's like,
Oh,
"I don't
Brooks.
want to watch that." I'm like, "Well, then go in your room, because I want to watch this." And she's like, "Well, I didn't like the first one." I'm like, "Because you don't have a funny bone in your body. You don't understand classic comedy."
She does. She probably bet she doesn't like Blazing Saddles,
Nope.
Young Frankenstein.
Mm-mm. Nope. I tried to get her to watch all those, and she just kind of looked at me like, "I don't get the funniness in this." I'm like, "Pam, we're gonna have to give her back."
It's like classic slapstick comedy.
Yeah. Like she still can't watch the Trailer Park Boys or Letterkenny. She's like, "I don't understand the comedy in that. Like, it's not funny to me." I'm like, get out, just get out, pack your bags.
Have you watched? Yeah, did we talk about this a couple weeks ago? Have you watched the Shoresy show yet?
We did talk about it. I haven't watched it yet, but
I gotta catch up.
Another one I'll have to watch on my own. Apparently,
Yeah.
So
I don't get the comedy. Canadian, I guess like Canadian comedies are like really big up there. They have way more comedies up in Canada than we do down here in the U.S.
I believe it. Yeah, that else to do up there. I also tried. What else did we try to watch that she didn't like? Oh my god, it was something along the lines of Trailer Park Boys and all that. Oh, Beer Fest.
No, she can't watch any of the
Broken Lizard movies.
Now
she likes Super Troopers. Well, the second one.
Yeah. She's never seen the. Has she ever seen the first one?
I believe so. I've watched it several times with her around. I don't know if she paid any attention to it, but
Beer Fest is good. Slammin' Salmon.
I haven't watched Slammin' Salmon yet.
I thought we watched it at your house one night. I thought I found it. We watched it. You might have been gone. You might have been out there.
I was there, but I wasn't watching it. I started watching Club Dread because I had never seen that one. And wow, what a movie! I made it through half of that, and I had to go back to work.
Tacoma FD is really funny.
I do like that.
Watch the uncut.
Harrison.
Yeah, watch the uncut. They have two different episodes. They have the one that's, your typical,
you can
TV
say
14,
shit on FX,
and then they have another one that's TVMA where they fucking don't cut anything out and shit.
Hell yeah,
great.
Yeah, we'll have to start watching that. I was trying to look to see. Maggie wants to. We keep seeing advertisements for Cocaine Bear, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they make a movie like that." I'm like,
I believe it.
They make a movie about just about anything.
Yeah, Ray Liotta's final role.
Was it in Cocaine Bear?
I believe it was.
Oh. Speaking of movies that they should never do, did you see the filming for Roadhouse?
Yeah.
At UFC 283 or whatever it was, 284.
Yeah.
People were sharing it around Facebook like, "Oh my god, Jake Gyllenhaal just slapped this dude." I'm like, you don't realize that they're filming for the movie? Like, it was a setup. Like, the whole thing was, he's about to get his ass beat, and I'm like, it's for a movie. I'll tell you what, though, hats off to him. He goes all out for.
He does. He got really in shape.
He did.
I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would be kind of nice to see like the backstory and everything.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
See why, that was the one, but it's probably, if I had to complain about Roadhouse, you don't get to see why Patrick Swayze is the way he is. Why?
But does that make sense now? There was no UFC back in Dalton's day.
Well, I mean,
You know what I mean? Like I get it, and you want to see the backstory, but it's like, how do you have the backstory that happened something that was like 40 years ago?
I'm just saying a backstory.
Yeah, I mean it's
You know,
cool. Still watch it. Knock at the Cabin. I just seen that they put that on Amazon where you can watch like advanced whatever. I haven't watched an M. Night Shyamalan movie in couldn't tell you the last one.
Signs was the last one I watched. After Signs,
Did he?
Signs pissed me off so much.
Did he do Cloverfield?
No.
Was that him? No,
I don't think he did.
I can't remember. M. Night Shyamalan. He did. Oh Jesus! Oh, The Village. I think I seen.
Matt Reeves did Cloverfield.
Okay. Maybe The Happening we watched. I feel like that's something Maggie picked.
I might have seen The Happening. Is The Happening
had
the one with
Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Zoe Deschanel. Okay, yeah. So I think I might have seen that one. After Earth, no. Labor of Love, Visit. Oh, Split. I've seen Split.
I haven't seen Split.
The one with the dude that has the 13
Oh
personalities.
yeah. I haven't seen that. I saw Glass.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the Bruce Willis superhero? Whatever the fuck that was. Wasn't that what that was supposed to be? It was based off a comic or something like that. We seen The Visit also. That was one that Maggie picked out where the grandma tries to put the kid in the oven because she doesn't really like the kids don't realize that's not their grandparents because they've never met them.
Now I will watch this that he's got
Unbreakable
currently in development that I guess it's going to be a TV movie. 11 Little Indians. Did you read that book?
No.
In school? It's one of those. It's like a psychological thriller.
Ooh.
All these strangers get invited to. It's like Clue. It's like a dark Clue. Like
that sounds awesome.
So, 11 people get invited to this house, and throughout the time their time there, they each keep dying.
Shit, I like it.
I think it's like I think what's found next to their body is like these little Indian, little Indian totems that are like they're different.
That sounds familiar. Maybe I did read. I don't know. I mean, that sounds cool. Knock at the Cabin magazine. Like, let's watch that. It's gonna be great. I'm like, I could pretty much tell you it's gonna end. They're gonna kill somebody. Then they're gonna move on, and they'll probably all die.
I could tell you how every M. Night Shyamalan movie is gonna end.
Right.
There's gonna be a twist, and you're not gonna fucking understand it.
Yep. And then you're gonna want your money back unless you watched it on television. Yeah. Good for him though for still putting
Every
out
time.
shit, I guess. Still haven't seen the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I don't know if that's gonna be. Yeah. I don't know. I want to see House Party. They just put that on HBO.
Yeah,
I heard it got really terrible reviews.
probably did.
But
Dude, I'm
like
OG. I'm OG. Like kid and Play. Man, I watched all the original House Parties with them.
Yeah,
I've seen Class Act. Class Act is a really good movie.
all those fantastic. I feel like I need to watch it just to see. How do we feel about the new Shazam?
I don't know. I guess they're negotiating him being on and Shazam being part of the new DCU.
But Black Adam wasn't cool enough.
I guess not.
Black Adam was tied in with it.
Their box office was not that great.
Oh no, it flopped
For how much money they spent.
True. Yeah, Oh well. Wild boys. Like I'm kind of excited to see the Mario movie. The guys at work want to go see it, so I'm going to take a few
Yeah,
of them.
we're probably going to take the boy here in a few weeks
Yeah, that'll be cool.
to go see it. That's probably going to be really good.
I am excited for that. What else did we? Did you see? This just flashed across the screen here. It was Tyreek Hill setting the record at the United States track and field. Absolutely smoked these dudes, man. Like it was not even fucking close. Good for that guy. Fantastic.
I guess Chris Pratt's going to be. They're going to do a Terminal List prequel with Chris Pratt.
That's interesting. Seeing as there's no books about it, so that must be a completely new story. They set up the end of the first season set up perfectly to roll into the second book, so I just assumed they were gonna. I mean, they set it up like they were going to. His sixth book comes out next month, I think. Into the Blood, I believe it's what it's called. Excited to read that. I'm rereading the last one that he wrote now, and I forgot how much of a mindfuck it was. Really, really digs into the conspiracy theories of everybody is listening all the time, no matter what. And if it's any indication that this is really going on, which part of me believes that this is definitely true. There are 8 levels to the internet, and you can only really get to the first 2 if you're somewhat computer savvy. Anything after that is like the black market, and you got to run through all kinds of stuff. Probably shouldn't be talking about this on a podcast, but going through all that, then they basically created a supercomputer that can compute things all over the world in like real time, and it's the fastest it's ever been. And it discusses about how the future of warfare isn't all about how you collect data and use data and propaganda. Basically what we're seeing now with the Ukrainian war and all that shit, and everybody's, the media is dividing everybody and putting out false narratives, yada yada yada. But the book kind of dives into
wait. You mean the media puts out false narratives?
Well, some people think so. I believe everything the news tells me. I just got my updated vaccine. I'm version 17.2, so I'm good. But they talk about in the book that the United States has the largest supercomputer in the world, and it's buried somewhere deep out in the desert. And it can track and know things about you without you knowing. Kind of. It's like 5G on crack.
So you know what I found out this week, which made me dive down a real deep rabbit hole. So you remember, and still to a certain extent, distribution issues when it comes to the U.S. food market, right?
Yep.
How is it that the U.S. has distribution issues within the U.S. when we get 95% of our food from the U.S.?
That's definitely an odd one.
And also, 90% of the world's food comes from the U.S. too. Now, I would understand distribution issues abroad.
That would
but
make sense.
Domestically, shouldn't be a thing.
Well, it's probably because Norfolk Southern keeps having all their trains fucking crash in Ohio, so that probably slows some things down.
Just happens in Ohio.
Yeah. Right. Well, for right now, that's the only one we're hearing about. But your mom made a good point. There's 1,700 train crashes a year, and one of them hit wherever she was working a few years ago. It's just funny now that we've had 4 in 2 months, all in Ohio. Makes you wonder what's really going on. Why are they putting this in the news and nothing else? Something's going on. I can smell it. Or maybe that's just the spicy air from the train wreck.
The acid rain.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen too many birds around my window here as of late. Maybe that just means they know exactly where I am, and it'll just be real quick, just a bright flash and no more.
So apparently, Creed is doing a lot better than even the production company thought. You know, they thought they may have some issues without Stallone in the movie, but I
Didn't he
guess
basically sign off on it and say
yeah.
it's yours?
But I guess they're exceeding expectations with the
That's
box
good.
office sales. So
I also read an article, listened to somebody talk about an article that was read about Harrison Ford saying that once he is dead, he does not want any more remakes of Indiana Jones. He wants to be the only one, and that he doesn't want it to continue after his demise.
good luck.
And I'm like, wow, that's
Guess
kind
what?
of
Disney owns the IP to that.
yeah,
They're gonna remake that fucker into the ground.
yeah, and that sucks. But I mean, good for him for coming out and being like, hey,
Says the guy that has been trying to get killed from being Han Solo
Han
since the
Solo.
second Star Wars movie. You know,
That's true. Yeah, he really just wanted to be in there, one and done. Because I think I'm pretty sure he actually named that he didn't want Chris Pratt or either of the Hemsworths coming after the role of Indiana after he was dead, and he didn't want a remake to happen. Like, well,
I think doing a young Indiana Jones, like him in his like 20s, 30s,
how
would
old
do
was he
all right.
the first one? Was he supposed to be like 40?
Yeah, 40-ish.
35, 40? All right. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Just one of those other things that maybe
Listen,
just leave alone.
20 years from now, they're gonna remake all the Indiana Jones. They're gonna remake A New Hope. They're gonna remake
Oh man. Oh no.
Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
That's a world we're gonna have to live in.
I mean, look. They're already HBO's already signed off on doing a Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
Which, I'm actually for.
Hell yeah. Especially if it follows kind of the darker side of things.
I know you didn't watch all of the movies as closely as I have, but once you get into the like Goblet of Fire time frame, Warner Brothers starts taking creative liberty a lot from what the books were to the movies. They kept that, started keeping out like pivotal storylines from the book out of the movie and shit. So
I mean, I feel like HBO will do it justice then if they could.
Yeah, probably. I think you could easily do 8 to 10 episodes and get 80% of the shit from the book.
But are they gonna? Wouldn't Rowling have to sign off on that?
I think she already. HBO? I think she signed over the IP for film and TV to Warner Media. So Warner Media owns the IP to be able to distribute.
That's fair. They could do what they want, basically.
Yeah.
Wow, sweet. I mean, I'm excited. That'll be cool. Funny, Brad and I were discussing, just kind of brought up the whole IP thing and this and that Sony is now being, like, I don't want to say forced, but their hand is being pushed to show how much money they've been spending to keep Sony exclusives off of Game Pass. Just further goes out there to solidify the fact that we called this, fucking 20 episodes ago, that Sony's doing all they can to stay relevant. And so far, all they've done is spend a shit ton of money on.
Which at this point, I don't understand why they're still console exclusive games, because you feel you're narrowing your
play
production.
Demographic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And So Brad and I were talking about this, and let me see if I can find the text.
Like, perfect example. Do you realize MLB The Show, since they've put it on Game Pass, has been one of the most played
Yeah.
games on Game Pass for the last 3 years?
Yeah, I mean they're they're actively paying to block Microsoft. He was saying something along the lines that the EU and the rest of the world has been blown away with Microsoft's efforts to connect the gaming community to ease concerns over the Activision acquisition, and now everyone is on board with the purchase. But then Sony fires back with, "No, no, no, I'm not doing that." So it could go one of two ways in my book. They're either shooting themselves in the foot for this, and unless they have something really earth-shattering that they're going to like come out and knock the socks off of people with, which I don't think is likely. Or it's just they're done. They're grasping at straws. Somebody's going to lose their job. Sony's going back to making TVs. It's
TVs
weird.
aren't that good. Their computers were never that good.
No. So they're either setting themselves up to be the martyr, or they're going to fall flat on their faces if they really had something to rival Microsoft with Game Pass. But I don't think that's the case, and I feel like they're just going to fall off.
You imagine if they opened up and allowed exclusives to be picked up? Like,
there's enough money to be made everywhere.
I mean, you've seen the digital version of the digital PS5s are still like $500.
Yeah.
I mean, the digital the S's for are like 250 right now.
Yeah.
Like,
just bought one for my dad for his birthday.
I think Sony's. I don't know what Sony's play is on this.
So maybe they're trying to do all this stuff to hype up the PS6 since they've already put out a rough release date on it. So maybe they secretly know, or maybe they know behind closed doors that which that would be a plot twist, that they have the next generation system and it's going to outperform whatever Microsoft can come up with, which is why Microsoft is doubling down on game inclusion and getting people across the world to be able to play these games, to come together, knowing that maybe their next piece of hardware isn't going to live up to the hype of Sony's next machine, but they have the #1 online gaming service in the world, and they're going to continue to double down on that and just plow it full of. The second they put an Activision game on, the second Call of Duty releases day one on Game Pass, it's over. Like, it's done for.
I mean,
I know they probably won't do that right away.
Do you foresee them falling behind in quality though from Sony on the?
No, I just feel like Sony has to have something. So like the VR2 is already, it came out 2 weeks ago, and it's been it's rivaling like set up PCs for VR. Other than having like a full-blown VR room that you can go and do, it's been one of the best.
Do you think that's where Microsoft is falling behind at?
I do.
Because you think VR is the new gaming technology?
I think with the PS6, it's going to be integrated into the system. There's probably going to be a bundle to where you can get it. I foresee like haptic vests. It's going to turn into like Ready Player One, when everybody's in the Oasis. I think that Sony is they're gearing up for the PS6, and I think that's where they're really going to leverage their VR2 with the new next gen system. Whether that be
what's the release date they've already?
2026, third quarter, Christmas time, November.
So we're going less than 10 years with the consoles now, huh?
Yeah. Well, Microsoft, it's been 7 years, so Sony's been right around there. So it was like 2026, maybe beginning of 27, and they pretty much all but came out and confirmed it in a price point. So they were just like, yeah, we have it. This is our planned release date, or release window, I guess you could say. So there's only like 4 or 5 games out now for the VR2 that's actually worth doing anything. And talking to Zach about it, I mean, that was cool, playing the the fuck was it? Yep. I don't remember off the top of my head. I just had a major brain fart.
Like, I'm just thinking about how much
Horizon.
money Sony's leaving on the table by not allowing, titles like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
God of War.
And that's okay if you want to keep a few of them, you know what I mean? But like to cry over Activision and stuff like that, like Call of Duty didn't play any different on PS5 than it did Xbox or PC for that matter. So if you want to, like, understandably, I could see why Microsoft doesn't want to let Halo go to PS5. That's their baby. Cool. When they spend all that money to buy
that's the OG.
Right. And that's fine. So keep that one. Let Sony keep God of War. And let Spider-Man branch out. But then again, you look at it though too, is, the people that are really gaming and into single player games and stuff like that, most people have had more than one system. So they've played the best of both worlds, whether or not they have both current gen consoles or they have the last gen and they still get to play them. I don't see why it's still that big. But if Sony would have taken a percentage, half of the money that they're paying to keep Microsoft out of the loop and developed it into first party games, or I don't know, different software, a smaller, a PS5 Pro, something smaller, bigger hard drive.
I just start thinking, use the money that Microsoft's going to pay for those titles, like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's probably going to bring in millions of dollars for Sony if they were to allow it to go onto like Game Pass or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Use that money to get edge out Microsoft instead of spending the money to keep it away.
Right. There's money to be made, and you're worried about title exclusivity.
We used your own money that you paid us to fucking beat you on the next system.
That's a better slap in the face. It makes me really wonder, like what they have planned in the next 15 years for the next two consoles, that they've got to have something. Like they're not just thinking about the next Series X or the PS6. Like they already have like a roadmap to success for the PS7 and the PS8, which is wild.
You know what I'm excited for?
Grand Theft Auto coming out.
The show 23 being in 16 days being on Game Pass.
Ooh. Maybe I'll get back into that. They were just playing hockey last night. Zach and Brad were going back and forth about it. I've never.
GTA. I'm probably gonna have grandkids before GTA comes out.
The PS12 exclusive. Rockstar Games in partnership. Microsoft's not around anymore. That would be some shit. Red Dead Redemption 3 will happen before GTA 6.
Oh, did you see people pushing to make Red Dead an Amazon series or Netflix series?
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be fucking awesome. That's a lot of money though. Yeah, westerns cost a lot of money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, HBO's got a lot of money. Run it. You could even incorporate the little zombie add-on they did in Red Dead Redemption, the first one.
Who knows what HBO's doing? Are they still doing fucking scripted television anymore? Like,
that's true.
Are they allowing themselves to do scripted television?
I think once they realize that all the new stuff they put out there falls off and it's not doing as well as they had hoped.
Well, they would have to, because they made the announcement a few weeks ago that they were going to keep HBO and Discovery two separate apps. That make keep Discovery as the cheaper option.
Oh, well, sweet. I don't remember when the release date is, but I know I think it's the final season, last season, maybe final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Their third last season.
Yeah.
Fucking thing's been, the show's been.
It's been on for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the fact that most of it is all improv. Like there's no scripts.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Like there's I watched an interview with what's his face?
Larry David?
No, the black dude. JB Smoove.
No.
And he's like, hey, he goes, they basically come in they tell you the idea for the whole season, and you have a beginning of the episode and the end of the episode, and they want you to just kind of get there. He's like, so a lot of the conversations that we have, he goes, most of the things, he's like, we have an idea of where we need it to go, and we just go with it. And most of the time, Larry's just like, keep it rolling. He goes,
that would be a show that I would really enjoy seeing, like a blooper reel.
Oh, absolutely.
That's got to be the most painful for like on the production side.
Oh, I'm sure,
because you got to figure those actors are probably breaking constantly.
Oh, yeah.
It probably gets 3 hours to get through one scene.
Yeah. And like JB was saying, he goes, it's really hard to get Larry to laugh. He goes, other than like the ha 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 you're supposed to laugh at, he goes, but you'll see it. He goes, every once in a while, he goes, I'll come up with something off the top of my head and I throw it out there and it catches him completely off guard and he starts to laugh. And they usually, he goes, most of the time they leave it in the show because it's that funny. He goes, and it's so hard to just maintain focus when I finally get him. I'm like, that's fucking great. So that, like, I started watching it all, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny. He's like, so we go back and forth with stuff like that. He's like, most of the time he'll start to say something and start to laugh, and he'll just walk off, and then they change it to another scene. I'm like, oh, that's great. So whenever that comes out, I'll be excited to watch it. I tried to get Maggie to watch it, and she sat down. She's like, I don't understand this. I'm like,
the show's come full circle, everybody.
Yep.
Maggie doesn't understand comedy.
Man. She's probably watching something dumb downstairs right now on Netflix.
Gilmore Girls.
Oh, Christ. We have to watch that again. I'm canceling Netflix. I have seen that show 4 times.
I'm in a boat now where now my new guilty pleasure is Grey's Anatomy. For whatever reason.
Listen,
like
the only reason I liked Grey's Anatomy was for
Captain Eichel.
No. What's her name? Oh my God. Another brain fart.
Bringing into the Asian persuasion.
No, it's the girl that was on Californication. Oh my God. It's Jesus fucking Murphy. Oh, Camilla Luddington. Yes. Yeah. Joe Wilson. Yeah. Yeah. Good for her. That was it. That's the only reason I watched it. When Maggie had it on, I would, oh wow, yeah, that's cool. And like, yeah, I don't want to watch this anymore. Maggie just let a burp go that you could probably hear over the microphone. So if anybody caught that, that was her from downstairs.
Sure she's not snoring?
No, she's awake because I can hear the TV. Well, I guess she could be. It is 2:30. Yeah, we lost an hour last night, so I know it's screwing a lot of things up. Yeah,
I woke up in a panic because it was like 9:30, and I was like, shit, I never sleep into 9:30 anymore, and then realize, okay, we sprung forward.
Bastards. Well, I think we're going to play some video games. I don't know what you have planned for today, but get on there.
Gotta take the kids. Fucking
goddamn kids.
My kids got birthday parties every fucking weekend.
Oh, Christ.
3 months. Like, it's fucking. Don't ever have kids.
All right, that's reason number. I lost count now. Not to. I'll put that on there. Birthday parties. Hey, at least birthday parties for Bert and all that. We just stand around and get drunk and barbecue stuff, and then usually the grandparents take the kids home, and then we stay and just get blasted. Which I believe Bert's birthday is coming up, and Tabby goes, "Oh, well, we're gonna have it at your house." McSqueeze me. Okay. Apparently, we're doing like a video game theme, and they want me to bring out video games and the projector, and I'm like, these kids are hellions. I'm not setting up the PS5 and the Xboxes and all these monitors outside. No chance.
Birthday party for your kids. You bring out your own fucking console.
Yeah, you bring your own shit over here, and I'll make sure that there's plenty of power, and they can do it wherever they want. Like, this shit ain't leaving upstairs.
You'll walk out the next day, and the fucking controller sitting in the middle of a fire pit. All that's left is the fucking.
I'm gonna lock my door so nobody can
RT and the X button.
Oh no! Yeah, it's just done for. The other half rigger's chewing on out in the yard.
Yeah,
don't know how it got there. Gone. my brand new scuff controller for the PlayStation. Just fucking pieces.
Man.
I didn't want to think about it. I got chills now.
So for Brandon Parks, I am Josh Henney. This was the Guys Weekend Podcast. Good night.
Yeah, boy.